Hey, my name is PolishLynx. Sakura MMO Extra. Few days later. For us, day later, but yeah.
Alright, everybody, listen up. Cafe Chifon's grand opening is finally upon us. In 5 minutes, I will open the doors. And then this cafe will officially be open for business.
They are. And they are there out on the other side. Let us in!
It looks like our advertising campaign was pretty successful.
Let us in!
I can see we have a huge queue of people lined up outside, waiting to come in and sample all the lights we have to offer.
Let us in!
You'll be pretty busy, and maybe you'll make a few mistakes. But don't lose heart. Everybody has to start somewhere, and it's just the first step on a long and fulfilling journey.
Can work be fulfilling for? I have yet to find the answer to that question. Made the service with six mates: Neve, Fion, Ellery, Ailey, Holly, and myself. We're all dressed in the maid outfits Neve made us, and standing together we look like a row of pretty flowers. Almost, but not quite, identical. Neve stands stiffly to attention, while Fiona and Holly look quiet at ease. Ellery meanwhile is shifting anxiously on the spot, her eyes downturned, while Aileen adjusts the hem of her skirt. I'm not worried about half of my colleagues, but those last two look pretty uncomfortable. Will they be okay? I'm afraid they won't be able to keep up with the demand. But there is no time for such concerns now. We've come too far to turn back now.
All your hard work, training, is about to pay off. This is it. Cafe Chiffon will finally open, so all have to do your best. What do you say to that? Yes, boss! I'll give it my all! This is going to be fun! I'm still inexperienced, but I think I'm ready. Me too. I'm still a bit scared, but Violet is right. I'm not the sort of person who backs down from a challenge. I can do this.
Neve snorts.
I have some doubts about that, if I'm being quite honest. But no matter, I have enough experience with this kind of thing, so I can keep an eye on the day's proceedings.
In before she actually does the worst of the 6.
I'll ensure that everything runs smoothly. You have my word. As a proper maid myself, I cannot let my reputation be tarnished.
I mean, I'm not being serious, but it would be kind of funny.
Good girl. That's what I like to hear.
I can hardly wait. Finally, we're doing something amusing. This should prove to be most excellent diversion from my boredom.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Alrighty then.
Maid opens the cafe doors, then calls the line of customers waiting outside.
May I have your attention, everybody? Cafe Chiffon is now open for business.
She let us in! We're positively inundated with customers the moment Maid opens the cafe doors. For the next 5 hours, we were kept busy leading people to tables, taking orders, serving drinks, and wiping down counters. It's starting work, and it's more demanding than first I anticipated. My arms and legs soon ache from all this walking, fetching, and carrying, but I'm obliged to wear a congenial smile all the while. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine being super tiring as well. I mean, I believe that working in like cafe or restaurant is kind of similar to basically retail, to be fair, in terms of that. As maid, it's part of my duty. I'm supposed to make my customers feel welcome. I can't let them see the strain which is beginning to accumulate upon my weary shoulders. It's like a trial of endurance. But I've never been one to back down from a challenge. Yeah, let's say that. In fact, I welcome it. The more worn down I feel, the cheerier I become while greeting the customers. Okay. I curtsy them neatly, offer them sweet smiles, and speak in an unfailingly polite manner that would put even Neve to shame.
Greetings, master. Always love to see you on a fine day such as this. You say you want ice cream sundae?
Certainly. I shall bring it to you as soon as possible.
Thank you, mistress, for paying us your visit on our opening day. It means so to a humble maid such as myself.
I'm obviously playing a character. I'm not really this differential in my day-to-day life. Meanwhile, Neve, while hearing that, probably breaking something. Violet, the maid, is quite a different person to Viola, the dark witch. But keeping up the pretense is worthwhile, if only to see how the customers smile when I address them at twos. It looks like everybody's having a good time. The patrons and us maids. Neve is cool and competent as per usual. She doesn't make any mistakes and her conduct is faultless. Yuri is doing a surprisingly good job too. Her voice is quieter than per usual, her face redder, and she's shaking, but she's still doing her best. Fionn meanwhile has taken the job like duck to water. She chatters with the customers easily, and her cheery attitude procures more than a few laughs. Yeah, I mean she wins them over with that basically. Holly seems similarly in her element. She's not shy at all, and she speaks to customers with a mature self-confidence and an unerring smile. I mean she has pretty similar personality to her sister, right? Plus, she's working in a guild, so she has the contact with people on a daily basis, more or less. Unless the guild is empty. But, you know, she's used to that. Then, as for Aileen, well...
My goodness! I never thought you would come here, Oifi. Is that really you?
Who else would I be, a silly girl?
It looks like she's had a run-in with a familiar face. Her grumpy mate, Aoifi, has actually showed up to Café Chiffon.
Now, are you going to stand there gulping or are you going to lead me to a table?
Oh, yes. My apologies. Please, come right this way, milady.
Thank you. I say, though, it is quite strange hearing you call me milady. Our roles have been quite reversed.
Yes, I suppose they have.
Aileen guides Aoifi to an unoccupied table, then hovers beside her anxiously, her hands clasped at her front.
Is that bad?
I thought it was when you first told me of this hard-brained scheme. I thought it preposterous that you, the only surviving member of the venerable Chastian family, could ever work in a Maid Café.
Aoifi spits the words as though they're poison, to which Aileen understandably winces.
But
the elderly housekeeper looks about Café Chiffon's interior, a complicated expression on her severe face.
This place is not the den of iniquity I first feared it might be. The internal decor is actually quite tasteful.
Oh yes, I'm glad you think so. I helped Maid decorate this place. The color scheme was my idea, and so were the menus.
Really now? I did not know that. And who paid for all these refurbishments?
Well, that, Maid paid for some of it, but she didn't have quite enough savings to cover it all. I might have pitched in just a little with some of our family's fortunes.
Our dwindling fortunes, you mean?
Aoifi sighs.
I do question the sense in giving so much a sum of money to a woman like Maid. But I suppose this venture is not as foolhardy as first it appeared to be. I was convinced this cafe would be a failure, but that does not seem to be the case. It may be too early to tell, but it certainly seems popular.
Yes. We had a lot of customers so far. I've been very, very busy.
I can tell. You look out of breath and your hair is rumpled.
It is.
Yes, indeed. You do not look as a lady should. Quite apt anybody would know you to be a lady to look at you now. You're almost undistinguishable from the holy girl, whom I have heard used to be a vagabond. but perhaps work suits you.
Do you really think so?
I am undecided for the present. I suppose the idea of you becoming a mate, and part of me still is. I do not think it's suitable employment for a woman of your status. Ladies should not work at all. They should focus on their appearances, he said, so that they might get married.
Aoife, no, Aoife, that's not how it is. They should do what they want to do.
But that is no longer a concern of yours. You cannot marry to wealth and nobility, for you have already pledged your heart to Maid. That being the case, there is still a point forcing you to remain beside like a wilting flower. That would only make you unhappy. And I know that it has made you unhappy. You always try to reassure me to the contrary, but I think you are trying to spare my feelings. You are too nice for your own good, milady. You never say what it is you truly want, for fear of hurting other people's feelings. But now, you're finally being true to yourself. You're doing something you used to do, and though it is not something I want for you, I could not tell you to stop in good conscience. Not when you look so happy.
Huh?
Eileen blinks. She looks taken back.
Do I really look happy?
Yes, indeed. I've been watching you work for a while, and I have seen how you smile when greeting the other customers. It is not the one sad force value so often wear, but something rather more genuine. You look so full of life. Seeing you thus, toiling away like commoner, yet happy for it, had made me reconsider. For I have always had your best interest at heart. Perhaps I misunderstood you. I tried to exercise too much control over you, even into adulthood. I kept you at home, ignorant of the outside world. I did it to protect you, because I love you. But though your curse has been lifted, there is no need for me to be so very controlling. I want you to be happy, even if the happiness comes from an unusual source. I think that is even more important than the Chastain family reputation.
Oh, Aoife.
Aileen sniffs, her eyes wet with grateful tears.
Does it mean forgive you for taking on this job? Do you accept me?
I do, yes. For you have done nothing that needs forgiving. You wish only to live your own life, as any other adult woman should. Why should you be chastised for it? I can see that you're happy, milady. And that makes me happy on your behalf. Why, you're positively glowing. I do not think you have ever looked so cheerful before.
That might be true. In the beginning, I was a bit afraid about starting this job. I'm not the best at talking to people. I don't have much experience. I was afraid I'd make mistakes and I'd be shouted at. But Maid and Violet helped me. They assuaged my worries, and they told me I need only to do my best. That is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm going to get better interacting with other people, and I'm going to make a lot more friends. And then I'll become a me I can be proud of.
Oh, Aileen. Alfie smiles indulgently, as a mother might. You have achieved plenty as it is, and you have every reason to be proud of your achievements, unusual for they may be. I'm proud of you too.
Thank you, Aoife.
Think nothing of it, my dear. Aoife laughs. Just let me give you a word of warning.
What?
I have been a housebreaker for almost 40 years, and I know full well what serving others entails. You have much experience being a lady, but little being a servant. So I should judge you harshly whilst I'm here, and afterwards give you all the pertinent criticism I can think of. If you truly want to be a maid, you ought to be prepared to work hard for it.
But there are 2 maids now that can do it. Oh boy.
Oh yes, of course, Aoife. I mean, milady.
Smiling gratefully, Eddie offers her housekeeper a reverent curtsy.
I shall do my best to meet your exacting standards. I do want to be a maid, very much so. I want to continue working here alongside Violet, and Fionn, and Hilary, and Holly, and Maidie too.
She didn't mention Neve, did she? Yeah. I want this cafe. Why did you not mention Neve? I want this cafe to be a success, so I shall work hard for it. This is my newfound dream. And I'm not going to give it up. And that's a wrap! Maid calls out cheerfully once last patron files out of the cafe. She leaves the sign on the door, thus declaring that to the street that the cafe is officially closed. It's still bright outside, but the incessant midday heat has long since cooled. According to the clock up on the wall, it's a little after 17:30. Finally, someone uses normal clock hours. I've been here since 9. At least more or less normal starting hour. And though I've had a couple of breaks, my legs ache after being so fully utilized. Yeah. Hey, at least it's not a 12-hour shift. Do you know how this goes into your legs? Could you being a maid could be so exhausting? I think I've done more extras than I typically do when fighting monsters. Though that wasn't more exercise when I would do normally, to be honest. I mean, seriously, retail, I had 12 hours long shifts. I did not consider it to be more of exercise, but it would destroy your legs. Still. But it was an exercise. And it would not give you good results, really. Just pain in the legs. Anyway.
Things were even more hectic than I thought they'd be. But I'm happy with how the day went. You all did a wonderful job. Even me. Especially you. Are you certain you're just saying that to spare my feelings? I appreciate your kindness, but you can be honest. I still have a lot to learn. I'm afraid my awkwardness might have deterred some of your clients.
Nah! Maid throws an arm around Aileen's shoulder, grinning as she does so.
You did an amazing job, and you look utterly adorable in your maid's getup. I bet you'll be able to pull in a whole bunch of customers in the future.
Whew! Neve, our resident spoil sport, folds her arms over her chest and turns her nose up in the air. Yeah, the spoil sport, that's true.
This should not bear repeating, but there is more to a maid than merely being cute. Aileen did not perform quite so very badly as she could have, given her limited training, but there is much room for improvement.
Yeah. That's me saying it. And I'm
yeah, miss, I'll do my best.
That's what Aileen says.
Have you been plenty fine already? Turn and frown upside down.
Never sighs.
One thing you'd be more exacting than most, matey, given this is your business. You ought to raise your standards. You might think there is nothing more to being a maid than freely dressed in aprons, but that could not be further from the truth. If you truly mean to be our boss, you should never accept mediocrity.
Wait, what did I say? Mediocrity, not mediocrity. What the hell, Lynx? Mediocrity.
Am I really a mediocrity?
Neve pressed her lips together. Hard to please for she isn't completely unreasonable. I think she must feel a stirring of sympathy for Aileen, who looks stricken because she eventually relents.
I suppose you were not a mediocrity. No, that would be too harsh an assessment. You did not do too poorly, but do not get complacent. Right, thank you, boss. Hey!
Maid pouts.
Why are you calling Neve boss? I thought that was my role. Oh yeah, it is. You're my boss, that is indisputable. But, well,
like something. Thank you, headmate. Headmate, is that a thing? It must be a thing. Thank you, headmate. Yeah.
You're also my partner. As such, calling you boss feels a little, you know. I think I get it. Would you prefer to use such terms when we're alone together in a bedroom? I can boss you around there as much as I like. What? No, I didn't mean like that.
Pion, who's been listening to this exchange with a feline smile, begins to laugh.
Are you saying you're into roleplay, Aileen? Do you like it when Matey tells you what to do? I don't really expect it from you. You being all prim and proper and all. But maybe deep down you're a super masochist. No, I'm not. Please, don't say things like that. Even if you mean it, it's just a joke. The things I do alone with Matey are private. They're not for public discussion. You don't need to know every single detail. Over.
Aileen glances at me from beneath her ashes, her pale cheeks stained rose pink.
I suppose I wouldn't mind telling Viola the party girls, if she's interested. Huh? You tell Viola the nitty-gritty of your private life but won't tell me? How stingy!
Neve clicks her tongue.
I'm sorry, but milady is not interested in such primitive affairs. She has me.
Oh, I'm very interested.
And me, but it's alright.
Fionn grins.
I don't get jelly like Neve does. I only get jelly, as you said, because I care about milady.
Okay, I get it. I get that part, okay? I understand you. I also would not like to share my partner. Yes.
Hey, I care about her too. There's more than one way to love somebody now. You're way too possessive.
That's kind of truthful, yeah. But yeah, I would be jealous as heck.
No, I'm not.
But the problem with Neve is she would probably want her to be like... She would want Violet to have basically what Aileen used to have with Aoife. So lock her down in the place and be there for me only. Something like this, you know? That's kind of problematic. But, yeah. Anyway.
Yes, you are.
Maybe I should step in here before they come to blows. Oh. 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 Actually, I want to side with Fionn. Yeah. I think Fionn is right. I love you dearly, Neve, but you can be a bit too possessive at times. You ought to work on your propensity to jealousy. Otherwise, we may run into problems in the future. Oh. Neve lowers her head. Her tail drops. It's easy to shrug such comments off when coming from Fionn, but it's a different matter when you say them, milady. I don't wish to cause you any distress in the future, so I'll try to be less clingy. Hey, I don't mean clinginess. The clinginess is not bad. The other part.
I hope that is acceptable.
It's fine. We'll take it one step at a time. Thank you for being so cooperative, Neve. Holly clears her throat. Now that I think about it, among all the people working here, Holly is the only single one. Unless we don't know something.
I think we're getting a bit off topic. You're something and I'm tired. I've been rushed off my feet all day. I think I'd like to go back to the guild and lie down, if that's alright with you, boss. Right. My bad. Okay, girls. I think you all did a great job. We had a lot of customers. If this keeps up, we're bound to make a lot of money and be super tired. And to cap it all off, all new free plates were broken. That's far better than I expected.
Then again, I mean, I guess we for sure, as Dark Witch, have some spells that would be like whoosh, and we don't feel tiredness in the legs and so on, right? We could also probably cast this for the other girls. For I wouldn't be surprised if like Neve knew this spell as well. And that's it really. No other people here can use magic, right?
Sure, there were a few hiccups, but nobody's perfect. I'm sure we'll keep on getting better if we get enough practicing. Let's all keep this pace up tomorrow. You're all dismissed.
Our workday concluded. We 6 mates head to the changing room to get rest. I remove my maid's attire, then dress once more in my plain adventurous garb. Neve too changes into her casual clothes, as do Ellery, Ellie, Fion, and Holly. Now we're all in our casual clothes, there is little reason to hang around. But Holly, for all her complaints about her weary legs, makes no motion to leave. Not just yet, she's too busy stretching.
Ah, that really did take it out of me. I'm not used to running up and down all day. It was more tiring than I thought it would be. What about working in the guild? Ain't that as demanding?
I probably you can sit down there.
Not by half.
Holly laughs.
I don't need to be on my feet all the time at the guild. I just sit behind the counter and wait for the adventurers to take on quests.
Exactly.
Working as mate is more physically demanding. There were so many people, it felt like I was being pulled in 5 directions at once. Mate, sure have it tough. It isn't all fun and games.
Yeah.
See?
Neve smiles proudly.
I said it would be difficult. There is far, far more to being a maid than dressing up and acting sweet. I'm aware of that now. I don't think I appreciate how much effort you put into this whole maid business, Neve, until I had to try it out myself.
For technically you are not maids. I mean, this is a cafe, so cafe workers, right?
Maybe. I underestimated you. You might be a slender girl, but your reserve of stamina must be boundless. You are far tougher than you look. But of course, being tough is one of my many duties as milady's mate. It would not do if I collapse from fatigue while serving her.
Didn't she actually do that in previous Sakura games? I mean Sakura MMO games? I think at some point fatigue hit her, but maybe I'm not remembering correctly here.
I'm fully accustomed to working long hours with little sleep, so today's work was nothing to me. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Neve, what did you say? We should step in. Why are you not getting more sleep?
Really? How? Really now?
Holly raised an eyebrow.
That's impressive. You're way cooler than I thought. As for myself, I'm pretty tired.
Holly sinks down to a chair. She takes off her shoes, then massages her bare toes with her fingers. I mean, understandable. I actually have a cut on one of my toes right now because of running. And it's not getting better because I constantly continue the running, right? So instead of healing that damn cut, I'd say it's getting worse and worse. Funnily enough, I'm already used to the pain of it, so I don't feel it. Like, it's just like a minor inconvenience. Okay, Neve's nose wrinkles at this. She's never been a fan of feet, unless said feet belong to myself. But she does pass comment. She must be feeling unusually docile after being plied with so many compliments.
I didn't think I'd have such a rough time of this, mate malarkey. But it was very satisfying to... You mean you enjoyed yourself? Quite a bit, more than I thought I would at least. I lived on the streets for a long time, as you know. It was hard scrapping a living. I had to resort to every trick in the book to get coins, from begging to outright stealing. I worked hard in a sense, but that wasn't always enough. I went hungry more often than not. It was a difficult life, but I kept at it. I wasn't sure what else I could do, for I had no roof over my head. I felt incredibly trapped. I drifted from place to place because I had no hope. I was hungry, tired, and dirty. People either treated me with pity, or else scorned and spat on me. Living in such a manner was, well, in all honesty, I was utterly miserable.
Holly continues to massage her weary feet as she speaks, her gaze misty and far away. Her blonde hair, far smoother and sleeker than was during our first encounter, curls about her face, while her eyes shimmer. It's hard to believe that during my first encounter with Holly, she was a dirty-faced vagrant who stole so she could eat. She looks much healthier now. Happier too. Having a roof over one's head and regular meals can work wonders. Yeah. Who'd have thought it? Any person?
It's strange to think of what my life was when I compare it to how it now is. Things have changed so much.
And I think I've changed too.
I'm happy I have an honest job now. Difficult fight maybe. It's much preferable to begging. It feels like people actually respect me now. Which makes it easier to respect myself.
Again, you're lucky you're not working in Poland then. Over here you wouldn't get respect for that, unfortunately. From a lot of people.
I don't have to worry about food, or where I'll lay my head at night. I don't need to be on guard constantly, afraid of being attacked when I interact with others. They regard me as an equal. I feel like a real human again. I'm really, truly grateful to Maid for taking me in. I'll never forget it, no matter how taxing this new job might be. I'm having fun, and I don't want to give up. I mean to give it up. I'm going to keep doing my best.
Holly pauses. She rises to her feet, smiling, and approaches Fionn.
And I'm very, very happy I can work with you. I was terrified when you ran away from me. For many years, I thought you had died. I almost gave up all my hope. But now, here you are. We're fine together again, as we were when we were children. Now I know you're alright. I have nothing left to be afraid of. I love you, Fionn.
Wah! Holly!
Fionn sniffles. Her eyes look dumb, but she's smiling all the same. Her countenance aglow with happiness. The sisterly love evident in her gaze is truly heartrending. These two sisters have endured a good many hardships during their lives that cannot be contested. First, their mother died. Then, their father was wrongly imprisoned, reported to the city guards by jealous neighbors. Their lives fell into disarray. With nowhere to live, they were forced to live on the streets. Holly almost killed herself trying to look after Fionn, until Fionn, fearful for her sister's well-being, ran away. They were parted for good many years. And now, thanks to the machinations of fate, they finally found one another again. It's enough to bring a tear to one's eye.
Holly, I love you too. I love you so much. Fionn. Big sis!
Fionn cries out, her eyes squeeze shut as she dashes forth. With a dull tooth, she throws herself into Holly's enveloping arms. The two sisters stand together in the break room, embracing tenderly.
Holly, I really miss you. I'm so lucky I found you again. I'm the one who should be saying that, you silly baggage. You're the best little sister there ever could be. And you're the best big sister. Let's keep working together and let's never be part again. I will stay with you always. Me too. There is nothing I want more. Isn't that sweet?
Ellery smiles as she observes the embracing sister. Her hands clasped together at her front.
They look so happy. Yeah, indeed. I'm very pleased on their behalves. If they want to be all emotional, there are better places than the network. It's hardly professional. But I suppose the cafe is closed right now. Still.
Neve, her arms crossed and turns her head to one side.
They could have had this conversation at a better moment than those two dummies.
Oh ho ho ho! I smirk. You're not crying, are you, Neve?
What? No, it's not so I could be moved by a tawdry display of emotions such as this. I'm not moved at the slightest. Are you certain? Your eyes look a bit dumb. I'm fine.
Neve pouts.
Really, I do not care at all. This matter has nothing to do with me, and that should be the end of it.
Right. I smirk. Neve might act half-feeling. 9 times out of 10, but she's quite happy. Quite sappy deep down. I bet she sheds tears when she reads romance novels too. Oh, my little mate really is cute. That's a good title. I might just have to tease her about this later. Okay, let's actually end the episode here. We'll continue tomorrow. For now, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. And have a wonderful day. I actually will record right afterwards. So. See ya! Bye bye.